Hey, this is Wes, man. I want to talk about something I've been putting together for about 2 years now. Or at least it's been on my mind for a couple years. So, putting together a Jimi Hendrix pedal board. Kind of just a budget friendly thing, just to mess around with for fun. Maybe make a few good recordings with it. And so, first I'm going to talk about how it's all connected in. So, the two outside pedals are the reverb, which is going straight to the amp, and then the Ottawa, which is coming straight from the guitar. So it comes out the guitar into the Ottawa, ultimately ends up, everything goes through the reverb pedal and into the amp. Alright, so first I'm going to talk about the reverb pedal. It's Ocean Verb by Rowin. It was just the cheapest reverb pedal I could find on Amazon. And it's not very necessary. Jimi Hendrix, he usually just had the spring reverb built into the amp, but sometimes you'll run across you'll end up playing through a bass amp, or maybe the reverb isn't installed in like a custom tube amp or something like that. So, and some people probably just like the functionality of just adjusting the reverb a little bit more, tweaking it a little bit more precise. Anyway, here's how it sounds without the reverb. And with the reverb. I just have it set to room. It has other adjustments like spring and shimmer, but this gives me a kind of more jazzy tone. A little more atmosphere. Then the next one I want to talk about is the Wah-Wah. It's Funky Monkey by Mooer. I'll probably eventually get like a regular Wah-Wah, but I like this one because, or I picked this one in particular because it's the Funky Monkey by Mooer. It's an Ottawa that's not an envelope filter, so it doesn't take every note and make it like quack, like quack, 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 like a lot of Ottawas do. They actually just grab every note you got and go quack, quack, quack. Where if you actually look at most famous wah-wah parts, they're just somebody just hammering out like a metronome, like a metronome like rhythm on the wah-wah pedal, whether it be fast or slow or variations in between. And so it's just very passive Ottawa. Here's it on the kind of slow mode. And here's it on a little bit quicker rate. That's the thing about this, you can adjust the speed on it as if it was simulating somebody actually doing a rhythm on the wah-wah. Yeah, it's a fun little pedal. I guess if you were going to make like an Eric Clapton pedal board, you'd really need a wah-wah because the wah-wah's been on Eric Clapton's pedal board throughout his entire career. even from the early Cream days where he played a Les Paul like this, or when he switched to a Strat in the 70s and 80s. And so the next one I want to talk about is the Fuzz. It's in the middle. Um, it When Jimi Hendrix played, he usually had the amp cranked so much it was already very distorted. So then, when he had the fuzz, he kicked in his fuzz face, which was a round type thing. It just gave him a little bit more dirt. So here's it without it, with just the reverb. So yeah, it just gives you a little bit more dirt. This is a TC Electronic Rusty Fuzz. I read that it was pretty similar to a fuzz face, or the same kind of chipset that the fuzz face had that Jimmy used. So I don't think it doesn't seem that great, but I can't really compare it to anything. But it sounds pretty cool for at least on guitar. I've tried it on the bass and harmonica. It doesn't really seem to do quite what it can on the guitar. And the next pedal is Octa by Hotone. It's just an octave pedal to simulate the Octavia that Jimi Hendrix had. He had a Octavia. It's an Octafuzz pedal, which an Octafuzz pedal, if you don't know already, it just distorts it so much it wraps around itself and creates this high note, and that's why I got this to combine with the fuzz to simulate the Octavia that Jimmy had. I couldn't really afford a real Octavia, and the cheap ones, they just didn't seem to really sound that great. So I got this Hotone. It's just an octave, and you can get low octaves with it too, but we just want to get the high pitched harmonic like Jimmy had on. He used the Octavia on the solo for Purple Haze, if you want a reference for that. So I usually think of it like I'm just switching into a gear while taking a solo, and yeah, it just gives that extra tweak. Here's it with just the fuzz. And here's with the octave kicked in. It's just nice to kick in for solos. I don't know exactly how Jimmy used it all the time, but I guess if he was around a while longer, he'd probably be around to tell us. Of course, there's a lot of devotees who are already more than willing to submit that information. Then the next one is probably the most iconic Jimi Hendrix pedal, would be the Vibe or Univibe that he had. This is Shaky Jimi by Moen, just a cheap vibe pedal, but the review is really good. There's one by the same brand that's slightly cheaper, like a mini, and they say it doesn't sound the same. So I got this one, Shaky Jimi by Moen. The one Univibe Jimi Hendrix had came with a pedal that he could control the speed with it. So you can do the same thing with the knob here, but it's not quite the same. When Jimi Hendrix used it, like he'd be playing a solo, and then he'd increase the speed. To make it a little bit more intense. And here's it just going like a kind of a slow rate. Then you can speed it up, and there's other adjustments you can do with it. Yeah, that's a very Jimi Hendrix-like sound. And also Robin Trower, the British guitarist, he used it a lot. He really loved Jimmy, the way he played. He even went on tour with Jimmy when he was, I think, when he was with Procol Harum. Then you combine that with Fuzz, make it a little more dirty. More intense with the octave. Oh yeah, there's my little budget do-it-yourself Jimi Hendrix pedal board. I'm also using a little Moski DC tank mini power supply. It'll go out to 5 different pedals, and then even an extra one that does a little bit more charge, like a 9-volt 500 milliamp out for something that's probably a little bit more power hungry. And again, to talk about why I've had them set this way. I tried to make a video of this yesterday, but then I had the middle ones backwards. You know, I had in mind that, yeah, you need the reverb pedal goes next to the amp, and then the wah-wah goes next to the guitar. But, I mean, you can mix them up the way you want to, but traditionally this is the way they're supposed to be. So, yeah, the wah-wah goes next to the guitar, which is just basically just a tone dial that's supposed to be on a foot pedal, but this is just kind of automatically timed and tapped out. And then you want, it makes more sense to have a clean octave and then dirty it rather than vice versa. So that's why the octave comes first. So you got that clean octave, and then you dirty it with the fuzz pedal, and then the Shaky Jimi. It's the vibe just makes everything else sound weird, which is cool. And then of course everything goes through the reverb to make everything wishy-washy, and that's it. If there's any other questions you have, don't be afraid to ask them in the comments. I'll try to put as much as I can in the description. Also, I'm playing a Harley Benton SG, student SG. I picked it up for like $100 from Germany. And I just wanted to get that Eric Clapton Cream 60s era like vibe without spending a lot of money. Just kind of get that feel. And then went through a crate CR112. It's just a little old amplifier. Sounds pretty good though. It's actually my harmonica amp. It kind of when you kick in the distortion, it has a very fuzz thing. But thanks again for watching.